Hey everyone, it's Hazenator back again for my tattoo aftercare video. Now, as a little disclaimer, this is my personal aftercare regimen. So that being said, everyone's got their own style, and if you search up tattoo aftercare on YouTube, you'll see 500 different examples. But this is what has worked for me for pretty much all of my half sleeve. I'm not super heavily tattooed like most tattoo people out there, but that being said, I'm also willing to experiment around with different aftercare methods. So if anyone has any suggestions or something that they think would spark my interest, leave a comment down below, and I'm happy to learn from y'all. That's the cool thing about being in a community like this, is we're just always bouncing off ideas from each other. So that being said, my aftercare method is not too high maintenance. Really all it consists of is unscented soap, both hand and body soap. I just use Aveeno for body soap, and then just whatever unscented hand soap I can get my hands on. I'll use paper towels, obviously. I'll buy a clean roll of paper towels just for my tattoo. And hustle butter. Now, I have had this stuff for about literally my entire half sleeve. I've been using hustle butter on it, and I've still got can't really see that too well. I've got about halfway in there, and I've still got plenty. So that being said, not a bad deal. Everyone complains about it being, God, I want to say it was like $16 or something, but I mean, it's worked wonders for me, and quite frankly, Lush's Dream Cream isn't any cheaper. So, that being said, that's pretty much all that I use for my aftercare, is just those few items. Phase 1 consists of what I call the intensive care phase. I know Treacle Tats has said it too, but it's very relevant nevertheless. Basically, when I get a tattoo, I treat it like it is a newborn baby. I am just very cautious of it. So when I get home, usually it's about an hour or two after I've gotten the tattoo, because I'll usually get something to eat or something. I'll take off the cling film that my artist has put on it and wash it really well using as hot of water as I can, and that unscented soap, obviously, after washing my own hands very well, because it is an open wound. I will, wash it really well, get all that excess ink and plasma and all that good stuff off until it no longer feels slimy. After that's all taken care of, I will pat it dry using paper towels along with drying my own hands. And then use just a little bit of hustle butter on it. You really do not need a whole lot when it comes to this. I will probably use, I don't know if I can get my camera to focus on that because it's pretty, I don't know. But you can see even that is probably way too much. Literally just enough to give it a nice little sheen. It doesn't take much. Just enough to moisturize it. Doesn't need a whole lot, and it will stay on for fucking hours, I guarantee it. Once that's on, I just leave it alone. I don't wrap it up. I try to avoid wearing tight clothing on it, if any clothing on it. When I go to work, I have to have my tattoos covered the entire time that I'm there. So typically, if it was just a regular day, I would wear a black spandex tattoo sleeve that tucks under my shirt so no one can see it. But on days like when I'm healing my tattoo, I'll wear a windbreaker because that's the loosest article of clothing that I'm allowed to wear. But every place is different. Basically, the less you have on it, the better. So when it comes to taking care of it, first couple of days I will repeat that system of washing and then adding the hustle butter for about 2 to 3 times a day, not too much. And then after that goes the itchy and peely shitty phase, where sometimes ink will leak out of your tattoo. It's excess ink, you don't need it. Sometimes it will get super itchy and you'll fucking hate it. And basically all that you can do is wash it and add whatever moisturizer you want. A lot of people will use unscented lotion. I don't fuck with that anymore because I've got my Hustle Butter, which I will use during the entire aftercare process. It's all natural, so I know that it's not going to be bad for my tattoo. A lot of stuff like Bepanthen, I know, uses certain ingredients that are apparently bad for your skin. I think it's lanolin, but I'm not entirely sure because I don't use it. And I've heard, stuff about Aquaphor or whatever. That being said, I'll just use my Hustle Butter throughout the entire process. And if it gets itchy, if I really need to alleviate that itch, I will smack it, but I will not scratch it, because scratching it can damage the tattoo and just leave you with the crappy end result. Think about when you pick out a scab and how the scar ends up looking more like a keloid than just something flat if you were to have just left it alone. Same thing really with your tattoo. So, just leave it alone when you can and just keep doing you. Once you get past that phase, there's basically just trying to determine if there's anything, if it's healed or not. So it'll look a little silver skinned, it, might still be itchy in some spots or whatever. It really depends. Some tattoos can take a few weeks, some take a few months. It just really depends. Basically, just don't exfoliate, don't scratch it, keep it out of the sun, and you will be a-okay. As far as personal experiences with aftercare, one thing that I wasn't told about was nerve damage and swelling, because a lot of people know about swelling of their tattoo, but being a skinny bitch, I didn't know that in the particular place that I got my last tattoo, which is right along the back here, and since I don't have any muscle or fat there, I just have bone, it actually damaged some nerves. Not severely, but enough to inflame it. It swole up this area where it hadn't even gotten tattooed and was really red and inflamed, but the tattoo itself wasn't. And that was just from the nerves being hit by that needle instead of having any muscle or fat to kind of cushion the blow there. So that being said, if you have any adverse reactions, whether it's swelling or ink leakage or whatever, even if you know it's not an infection, I knew this couldn't have been an infection, I still went straight to my artist. She answered my question right away, and then I was just completely put at ease. So, that's what your artist is there for, and if they're going to be an asshole about it, they're probably a shitty artist, let's be real here. That's really all I got for y'all. If you have any questions or comments or posies or queries, comment down below, and I'm happy to address them. And till next time, I will see y'all later.